America, the land of the free, the home of the brave, and the lover of pickup trucks. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Nick from the Get This Nick channel, the Get This Nick gang. How we feeling? Hit that like button, drop those comments. How you guys doing? I know all you guys are seeing this title and you're like, whoa, that's a bold statement right there. And it is, okay? It is a very bold statement, but I truly feel like after you watch this video all the way through and you hear my 2 reasons, all I got is 2 for you, so it's not going to be a long video, you will give it some serious thought and be like, you know what? That little 27-year-old kid, he's kind of goofy, but he kind of makes sense. The greatest car America has ever made. An American car manufacturer, what is the greatest vehicle they've ever made? Now, when you think greatest, a lot of things can come to your mind, right? You could think the greatest in reliability, the greatest in ride quality, the greatest in looks. Like, there's tons of things that come to your head, okay, when you think of greatest of something. But when I was thinking about it, I was thinking like the greatest, like what is a car that we made that like made us as a country? What is that vehicle? And I'm thinking and then I was like, wait a minute, I got that vehicle in my garage. So for those of you that don't know, my new viewers here, welcome to the channel. This is your boy Nick, aka Get This Nick. And for those of you that don't know, I own a 2004 Lincoln Town Car Ultimate with only 36,000 miles on it. It is my baby, and I truly think that this car is the greatest car America has ever built. Now, before you get crazy and what are you talking about, a Lincoln Town Car? How could that be the greatest car? I know you guys are gonna like freak out and have your opinions on this, but just keep in mind, what I'm saying is also my opinion too, so don't get crazy on me. Now, since we're talking about my car, I just want to give a quick shout out for my channel here. If you guys are new viewers and you like car content, anything car related, that's what we do on this channel, especially with my Lincoln Town Car. We do a ton of videos. I upload daily. So whether it's a long video like this one or a YouTube short, I'm always uploading car content. So if you like stuff like that, which I'm pretty sure you do because you clicked on this video, subscribe to your boy's channel. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into it because this ain't gonna be a long video, but I gotta get this off my chest. And I hope that by the end of this video, you guys truly understand what I'm coming from. Because like, all jokes aside, I truly think this car is like the greatest car we as a country have ever built. No BS. Now, like I already said, I got 2 reasons I feel that way, and I'm gonna break them down to you. So number 1, the first reason of why I think this is the greatest car we have ever built is how much we have depended on this car. We have used and abused the Lincoln Town Car and the Ford Crown Vic. Keep in mind, for those of you that are not familiar with this vehicle, the Panther platform is what it goes by. It is the Ford Crown Victoria, the Lincoln Town Car, and the Mercury Grand Marquis, okay? All 3 of those are all on the same platform by Ford, and I'm gonna be using these car names interchangeably. It's the same car, so just a heads up. So back to my number 1 reason. So reason number 1 is we depended on this car, this platform so much as a country. What do I mean by that, you ask? Well, let me explain. When you think of New York City and yellow taxi cabs in New York City, what kind of car do you think of? Me personally, I think of a Ford Crown Vic. The Ford Crown Victoria was literally like the staple New York City taxi cab for like ever. That is still to this day what I think of. New York City taxi is a Ford Crown Vic. That's like the first image that pops up in my head. New York City, for the taxi industry, used these Ford Crown Vics, used and abused them. I'm talking like 24 hours nonstop running, over 500,000 miles on some of these cars. We as a nation built these vehicles and used the hell out of them. We depended on them for a lot. So you're like, oh, okay, you think it's the greatest car in the nation because we used it a lot as a taxi. Not only a taxi. I live here in Chicago, as many of you watching this video know. And to this day, when I sit and try to think of a Chicago cop car, the first one that comes to my head is the Ford Crown Victoria. Now, I don't think we even have these in like circulation anymore, like our police department. They're just like long gone, these Ford Crown Vics. But still to this day in 2024, that's what comes into my head. Because when I was growing up as a kid around the city of Chicago and I saw police cars, which You know, in Chicago, we see a lot of police cars. They were always Ford Crown Vics. So we got using them as taxis, using the hell out of them as taxis. We got police departments all across our nation using these Ford Crown Vics. What about when you think of a limousine? When you think of a limo, 9 out of 10 times, you probably are thinking of a stretched black Lincoln Town Car. Now, I know they got the Hummer limos and all that stuff, but I'm just saying, like, the way I grew up is I was seeing, the point I'm trying to make here is I was seeing these cars everywhere and used in different things. Taxis, police cars, chauffeur vehicles to and from an airport. I mean, we used these cars so much. And when I'm sitting there thinking, like, what is the greatest car we've ever built? What is the car that we really, like, kind of got our money's worth out of and we really used it and depended on it? It's this Ford Crown Vic / Lincoln Town Car. It's the Panther platform as a whole. That's what comes to my mind, at least. And like I said, this is just my opinion, so don't get in the comments and be like, you're just this idiot kid, you don't know anything. Just hear me out for a second, come on. And I don't know, maybe you guys don't see it like that. Maybe you just, like, you didn't think anything of it like that. But, like, for me personally and where I was raised and how I was raised, like, that is what comes to my mind. It's just these cars, I was seeing them and used in all these different things. So that is my first reason of why I think it's the greatest car America has ever built, produced, whatever you want to call it. The second reason, but first, I gotta give you guys a quick little stat. So according to CarAndDriver.com, the last 2 years, meaning 2022 and 2023, the top 3 selling vehicles were all pickup trucks. Now, that's just for the last 2 years, but I'm sure if you look back, it is longer than that. Big trucks and SUVs and everything like that was not always our strong suit. Nowadays, yeah, us as Americans, as a country, we want to supersize everything. We want a huge truck. We want superchargers. Shout out to the Ram TRX. That's a pretty cool truck. And we also are doing this thing where we're kind of like, we don't do chrome anymore. We black everything out. It never used to be like that. For the longest time, us as Americans, especially as car manufacturers in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, we specialize in building these huge, long boats, we call them, a couch on wheels, land yachts, however you refer to these vehicles. We dominated as Americans, as a luxury car manufacturer. Cadillac and Lincoln, we ran it. So my second reason is the styling of the Lincoln Town Car, because now that I look at it and I see it, you don't see stuff like this anymore. You don't see big chrome rims. You don't see the hood ornament at the tip of the hood. Like, that is all stuff. That is all cues that we set in stone as a country, as a nation, with all these big body on frame, rear wheel drive, the big V8s under the hood. Like, that is what we did, and we did it very well. BMW, Mercedes, they didn't have anything on us. We were running the game. So to this day, when I look in my garage or I get in behind the wheel of my Lincoln Town Car, it is like owning a piece of American history. Like, when I look at my car, I'm like, this is what we were. This is what we did. Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. The majority of people look at my car and they're like, that's a grandpa car. As a matter of fact, my girlfriend, when I first got my car, I was so excited to show her, and she looked at it and was like, it looks like a grandpa car. But that doesn't matter, okay? And I'm not gonna lie, my car turns a lot of heads of senior citizens, okay? But there's a reason for that, and the reason being is that is like the pinnacle of American luxury. The Lincoln Town Car was sadly discontinued in 2011. Ford, if you're watching this, I'm not gonna get into it. And I just feel like because I own it, it is just like, it's like a time capsule. Like, I own, it's the last, it's never going to come back. Like, we're going to hybrids and we're going to electric and we're going to all these other things. And this era that we had of decades and decades of building these big American luxury sedans is gone. And it's such a huge important of car history as a whole that I feel like the Lincoln Town Car, since it was like the last production body on frame luxury rear wheel drive sedan, that it's just like the greatest because it was the last one of an era. And that's really all I got. Like, those are my 2 reasons. And I know it sounds simple and I know it sounds crazy, but you tell me, what other vehicle comes to your mind when you think the greatest vehicle we've ever produced as a country, an American made vehicle, what comes to your mind? What vehicle did we make that we depended on so much for our police departments, for our taxis, for our limousine services? What did we do? What did we use? When you see those front headlights of a Ford Crown Vic or a Lincoln Town Car, like, you know what it is. If you go into a kid's classroom and you tell one of those kids, draw a car for me on that paper, what are they gonna draw? It's probably gonna look like a Lincoln Town Car. It is just classic American luxury, well-built, float down the highway, eat up highway miles. You're not gonna win any races. You're not gonna throw it into corners, but that's not the point. It is meant to just be there, cruising, eating up miles, and just owning the road. Just that big presence of that big hood ornament on the front, and you are just like baller status. And maybe to you guys I sound crazy. Maybe you do truly have a vehicle that is better than this, and it fits this title of this video better. Maybe you do. But if you do, please comment, because I'm genuinely curious. Like, all jokes aside, I'm genuinely curious. But those are my two reasons. What would have replaced it? A Pontiac Aztek? I don't know, guys. What do I know? Maybe I sound crazy. Maybe you could relate. Maybe I'm opening up your eyes and you're like, you know what? You're kind of right, Nick. But however you feel, make sure you drop a like and a comment and explain to me. Say, hey, Nick, you're right. Or say, hey, Nick, you totally forgot about and give me the car that you're thinking of. Hope everything has been well for you guys. And I got some stuff coming, guys. Chicago Auto Show is coming up soon. I'm going to it with my dad. We're going to check it out. But I'm definitely planning on doing a lot of the YouTube shorts. That's all I got. I don't want to keep you guys for too long. It's the weekend. Go have fun. Hang out with your family. Go grab some food, some drinks, whatever you're going to do. Appreciate you all always tapping in, checking in with me. New viewers, welcome to the channel. If you made it this far and listened to me blabber, hope you liked the video. We'll see you on the next one. Peace!